homeowner, a kid, your coworker, anybody is coming by you, blades off.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. And for those joining us online, welcome to the 2025 State of the County Address. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Alex Warner, and I am your President and CEO of the Forsyth County Chamber of Commerce. I look forward to working with you all and continue driving success and prosperity in our community. Before Board of Commissioners Chairman Alfred John takes the stage to share his vision for our community, I wanted to take a few minutes to recognize additional community leaders here with us today. We are joined by our senators, state senators, Greg Dolezal and Sean Still. We're also joined by Representative Todd Jones. Special guest, Deputy Consul General of India, Srijan Shandilya. And our county commissioners, Carrie Hill, Todd Levent, Mindy Moore, and Laura Simonson. I want to thank our sheriff, Ron Freeman, for being here today, as well as our fire chief, Barry Head. Right. And we are also joined by our county manager, David McKee, Assistant County Manager Tony Tarnacki. From our Board of Education, we have already heard from our Chair, Mike Valdez, and but we're also joined by Board of Education members Tricia Hoyes and Dorian Usherwood, as well as our Superintendent, Mitch Young. I want to thank John Creek Mayor John Bradbury for joining us this morning as well. So if you could, please take a minute and let's thank all of these elected officials. As Jan previously mentioned, the State of the County Address gives us the opportunity to tell the story of how outstanding our community is. Part of the reason for this is the continued investment from all of you, the local businesses, companies, and citizens in our county. Today's address would not be possible without the support of many sponsors who are not only a part of the business community, but also serve as exceptional corporate citizens. Our title sponsor today is Beaver Toyota and Mazda. Our platinum sponsor is Atlanta Landscape Group. Our luncheon sponsor is Georgia Power. Our digital marketing sponsor is Jacobs. Our registration sponsor is Carroll Daniel Construction. Our program sponsor, Underwood and Scroggins. Our parking sponsor, HDR. Our live stream sponsor, making it possible for us to live stream today's event, is Georgia Primary Bank. Our website sponsor, where the live stream of this event is being housed, is sponsored by McDonald Development. The dessert at your table was provided by Volkert. Our photo booth sponsor is Lockton. Our table sponsor is Toll Brothers. Our stage sponsor is Comcast Business. Our coffee sponsor this morning is Renaissance Bank. The notepad is compliments of Cooper Company. And our supporting sponsors include Sawney EMC, Brown and Caldwell, BCC Engineering, True Natural Gas, Dave Hardin State Farm Agency, Morley Enterprises, Duffy Southeast, Los Designs, Central EMS, Wellstar Health Systems, Precision Planning Inc., DLP Construction, South Forsyth CID, Reeves Young, Atlas Technical Consultants. Can you thank me, or please join me in thanking these sponsors? For our title sponsors today, our title sponsor today is Beaver Toyota and Mazda. They stand out as more than just a dealership. They are a remarkable community partner. Through their various initiatives and engagements, they actively contribute to the Forsyth County's well-being, from sponsoring local events to supporting charitable causes. They demonstrate consistently the dedication to making a positive impact beyond the showroom floor. Please join me in welcoming Patrick Abad, General Manager of Beaver Toyota, and Austin Beaver, General Manager of Beaver Mazda, for today's title sponsor remarks.
Hello, friends. Well, first I want to say thank you for being an amazing county. It's really special, and I put together a quick slide because I only have a couple minutes, a couple slides that I wanted to share. And we had the opportunity to come up here and do a commercial and talk about selling cars, but what we wanted to talk about, because we're talking about the state of the county, is we want to give you a little bit of the state of Beaver and what we're doing and why we're able to do it. So if you look at the first slide, it talks about Beaver Toyota is the 7th largest employer in Forsyth County. A lot of people don't know this, but we have 263 employees. 72% of those employees live in Forsyth County. The other 28 are going to be terminated Monday. I'm kidding. Beaver Toyota is now, in Q1 of 2025, we have now taken the reign of the largest Toyota dealership in the state of Georgia. And let's hear it. What makes that special is it's in a city of Cumming, Georgia, that years ago, people never thought could happen. You look at Beaver Toyota ranks #1 in all metro dealerships for Southeast Toyota. Southeast Toyota is made up of the 5 southern states: Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. And we are ranked #1 of all the metropolitan dealers in retention. Retention is the #1 metric in our business. People who do business with you, do they come back? And I think what's really important that we see is, and it's crazy because 6 years ago when I joined this company, I met a lot of you for the first time. And today I look around the room and just being outside and the networking, so many of you are customers, and we thank you for that. This community has allowed us to be successful. Beaver Toyota is a top 10 certified pre-owned dealer for Toyota in the nation. There's 1,300 dealerships in the nation. And right here in Cumming, Georgia, Forsyth County, you have a top 10 dealer. So I want to go to the next slide because I want to talk about what the last couple years has been for us. In 2018 is our first full year of ownership. We sold 1,900 cars, new cars, 1,500 used. We serviced 18,000 vehicles, and we did 118 million in sales revenue. If you fast forward to 2024, we did 2,955 new vehicles, 3,329 used vehicles. We serviced 54,000 customers in 1 year, and we did $328 million in revenue. For all the math whizzes in here, we pay our fair share of sales tax. Guys, in 7 years of ownership, we sold 16,000 new cars, 20,000 used cars. We serviced 270,000 vehicles, and we did $1.6 billion in revenue in 7 years. Okay, that is, we know we're super successful because of the amazing people we have in our company, but we also know it's our community that allows us to be successful. So in the next slide, I wanted to share what we've done with some of that. Our community partnerships, annual contributions to our community are now crossing $500,000. And these are just some of the rough estimates, but in the 7 years, we've put $2.1 million back into the community. And a lot of the nonprofits and a lot of the organizations are represented here today. And we thank you for letting us be a partner, because we firmly believe that a small business like us who's successful in the community has a responsibility to give back to that community. So our goal, and this is my challenge to everybody in the room before I pass the mic on to Austin, our goal for 2025, as you see in there, is to put 600 volunteer hours from our people. We write big checks, that's clear. But what we're looking for is to put our people hands and feet. We have some of the most amazing 263 associates out there. So I'm challenging each of you. Sue Whitfield, who is our Director of Community Partnerships, has a goal this year, and that's to put our people hands and feet in your organizations helping. I don't want to just write checks this year. I want us to be hands and feet in the community. Will you help me with that? Yes? All right. All right. So now we want to introduce, so our success at Toyota has now allowed us to open Beaver Mazda. Beaver Mazda is an open point. What that means is the manufacturer chose us, and they can choose anybody in the world. They choose us because of who we are and how we do business. And I'm excited to introduce Austin Beaver, who will be taking over the role as general manager of that dealership.
I think we have a little video that we want to play.
On this third installation of our Beaver Mazda construction update series. Let's check it out.
We've made a lot of progress on the exterior of the building. We have all of the stone and windows up, but there's still a million things to do. Now that we have walls, you can really see what this place is going to end up looking like. Not only are we painting, we're also tiling. Take a look at our customer bathroom.
It wasn't a joke, guys.
Take a look at the beginnings of our shop. We finally started installing our shop equipment. Here are our 15 lifts. We just finished construction of this cross. It's a symbol of the values and ethics that we strive to embody every day. Putting it out front in front of the dealership is a commitment to these principles and shows our community what they can expect from us. Sincerely from the Beaver family, thank you for watching this video, and please stay tuned for the next one.
Hi. So my name is Austin Beaver. I'm sure all of you know my mother. She's the beautiful blonde woman. She has the tall blonde hair. She talks about cars between Jeopardy rounds. Yeah, that's my mom. That's Linda Beaver. But really, I want to take some time today to talk about the build, the thing that we've been working on for the past 2 years, right? Where we're going is it's a great, bright future, right? 50 more jobs, right? We're going to have up to $30 million in sales revenue within the first year, right? And that's just going to come, and that's just going to keep going up. But I really want to take some time to praise Mr. John, Alfred John, Mr. John, and his team, and all the incredible work that they put into building something that's tailored for the people of Forsyth. It's amazing what they've done, right? Because we have Mazda. They have one of the strongest identities that we've ever seen from a manufacturer, an automobile manufacturer. They know who they are, and it's really, really hard to show them that we actually know what's best for their customers in Forsyth County, right? And the county and their team was able to show them that. It's actually an incredible feat. You're not going to see another Mazda dealership with a stone facade, right? Our facility is 30,000 square feet. That's about 5,000 square feet larger than any other Mazda dealership. It's 10 feet taller than any other Mazda dealership. It has a beautiful horse fence, right, in front of it. It doesn't have one of those unsightly monument signs, right? So really, it's thanks to them that we were able to build this really, really special dealership that is tailored just for the people of Forsyth, right? So if we could just a round of applause for them. They did a great job. Thank you. And of course, thank you all of you in the room sitting here for making this possible. We're going to do our best to be an amazing partner for you guys because we recognize that you, your family, your children's friends, parents, right, your neighbors will be shopping and working here with us, and we just want to give back to you guys and create a place where everybody can find fulfillment and joy, right? So thank you guys.
All right, so now I have a really distinct honor to introduce Major Nick Curry and Jody Willits, who represent the Heroes of Forsyth Foundation, and they're going to speak to you guys for a couple minutes.
Thank you, Patrick. So I'm going to stand behind the podium. That's a lot of energy to follow right there. So I'm going to reiterate a lot of what he said about the community, and I'll never miss a chance to say thank you to the elected officials, the county leadership, staff, business partners, and all of the citizens of Forsyth County, because it's truly, you guys are really the reason we're able to do what we do at the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. So what I'm up here to talk about today is a nonprofit organization. It's called Heroes of Forsyth. Each of y'all could look on your tables. There's a blue card that has a QR code on the back of it. That's going to send you directly to a link to the nonprofit. What this nonprofit is, it was driven by legislation passed down at the state for us that you could take dollar for dollar your Georgia tax income liability and keep it in Forsyth County rather than sending it down to the state. No offense. So If you get on the website, take a look at it, whatever your tax liability is. For individuals, it's up to 5,000. Couples is 10,000. LLCs and S corps are 10,000. And for the big boys in the room, the C corps, you could do 75% of your state income tax liability. So please get on the website and take a look at it. The reason we're doing this, the sheriff has several initiatives that we drive out of this. Our main initiative right now is school safety. And what we're doing is we're sending our school resource officers, sending them to threat assessment classes so they're better prepared to recognize and address threats that will come through the schools. We're equipping our deputies with 1 pound rifle rated plates. We are teaming up with our partners at the Board of Education and getting to a point now where certain CAD calls, which are dispatched calls to a school, we instantly have access to cameras so we can get to a situation much faster. So please take the time, look onto the QR code is going to be posted out by the front door as well. So you could just hit on it on the way out. Please take the opportunity to take a look at it. It would be very much appreciated. Thank you, Beaver, for giving me the time to get up and speak. And thank you guys for everything that y'all do to support us and trust us with keeping Forsyth safe. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Patrick. And was it Patrick or was it Major Curry that wanted to put the mic all the way up here? We've got vertically challenged people that are speaking today. And so I appreciate I'll take the heat for you, Alfred. Don't worry about it. So, but thank you guys. And thank you again for your support. So today's platinum sponsor is at the forefront of cultivating beauty and functionality in residential and in commercial properties. Atlanta Landscape Group, or ALG, is one of the region's largest leading commercial landscape firms. They specialize in both maintenance and in installation, and they pride themselves on their focus to be more than just another landscaper, but to be a true partner by emphasizing exceptional communication and service. Their goals are simple: build partnerships, positively impact the community, and through those, most importantly, glorify God. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Sr. with Atlanta Landscape Group for our platinum sponsor remarks.
Good afternoon. I won't take much time at all. I just wanted to say a few words. As Alex mentioned, my name is Kevin Sr. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Atlanta Landscape Group. If you attend many of these types of functions, you're probably used to seeing Brett Russell. He's being a slacker today, and he's down in vacation in Orlando, but he actually has a video that we'll see in just a minute. But I just wanted to, since I'm up here and not Brett, tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in the commercial landscape industry for about the past 25 years, a little bit more than 25 years, all over the Southeast. Always headquartered here in Atlanta, but overseeing for some large operations around the Southeast. And a couple years ago, had the opportunity to come to Atlanta Landscape Group amongst a great team of professionals to help just continue to cultivate the culture and grow us as a company. We've been doing that, and very, very fortunately, we're able to open up our 4th location here in Forsyth County with Mark McDonald running that branch for us that you'll hear from in just a minute. But we're just thankful to be a part of this community, a part of everything that's going on here in this county. It means the world to us as a company, and we just feel very fortunate to be a part of what's going on and to get to know so many people. Alex mentioned, our goals is to cultivate great relationships. It's done in rooms like this. We've been able to work in the county and work on landscapes and help to beautify this county for a long time. And now we have a home here, and that means the world to us. I really appreciate everybody here that allows us to do that. that is about it. Now we'll hear from Brett. Thank you, guys.
Hey everyone, I hate that I can't be there with you today, but I got called up for a very important mission, family vacation duty in Disney for spring break. So y'all are talking growth and strategy. I'm busy negotiating peace treaties between tired kids and my wife that can't sleep because of my snoring all night, which my snoring may end up landing me in the doghouse there with Pluto. But in all seriousness, it means a lot to be part of today's conversation. The future of Forsyth County depends on leaders, not just the ones in the room, but those out serving, building, and investing in the community every day. I believe that economic development isn't just about business. It is about being present, involved, and dedicated to each other's success. And ALG has been incredibly blessed. First and foremost, we give God the glory for every opportunity that we have. And second, we're thankful to be a part of a community that believes in prioritizing relationships, collaboration, growth, and doing things the right way. That mindset has fueled our growth over the past few years, and it's exactly why we wanted to plant even deeper roots right here in Forsyth. And with that being said, I am thrilled to share that ALG recently opened our first physical location right here in the county. We're now not just doing business in Forsyth, but we're a part of it. This move allows us to be more accessible and more connected and more committed to the people and the partners that we serve here every day. But before I go, I want to introduce somebody that I'm incredibly proud of to have on our team. Mark McDonald, our Forsyth branch manager. When he accepted this role, I knew instantly that it was the perfect fit. He's experienced, he's genuine, straight up, and you'll see right away that he's got a smile that says, let's get to work. It almost sounds like I'm running an ad for The Bachelor. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mark. And again, thank you for letting us be a small part of something really big in Forsyth County.
Yeah, I don't know how many people actually smile when they're out there really working, but no, I'm excited to be part of ALG. I actually relocated down here from Michigan. Been in the industry for a very long time, and known Kevin for a long time, and he called me up to ask, "Hey man, you wanna come down and be part of something big?" And I was super excited about that. And when I got the opportunity to be branch manager for Forsyth, that made it gave me something more to be proud of, because just driving around and having the properties that we do here in Forsyth, it's a beautiful community. It's a beautiful county. And I am excited to be partnering with all of you guys to just keep it looking beautiful. And I'm excited to be working with these guys. So thank you. We're going to keep making everything look great here, and you guys will have the beautiful landscape to stare at.
All right, and thank you again to Atlanta Landscape Group. Can you please join me in welcoming Russell Brown, the Director of Forsyth County's Communications, to introduce our chairman.
Thank you very much, Alex, and thank you to the incredible Chamber staff for their partnership and hard work on making this event possible. They do a wonderful job of this each year. Forsyth County Commissioner Alfred John was elected in 2020 to serve the 2021 to 2024 term representing District 2, which encompasses the southeastern portion of the county. He was elected by the Board of Commissioners to serve as chairman in 2022, 23, 24, and 25. He previously served on the Zoning Board of Appeals after being asked to join by former Commissioner Rick Swope in 2017. In 2020, he was voted by his fellow board members to be the chairman of the ZBA. Chairman John also serves on the board of the Atlanta Regional Commission, which has 10 county chairs and 11 city mayors. In 2024, he was elected by his fellow members to serve on the executive committee as board secretary and chair of the ethics committee. Chairman John's background in the corporate world prepared him well for his role as commissioner. He has a depth of knowledge in technology and practices related to human resources, and he's consulted with employers on process efficiencies in multiple areas of that field. Recently, he held a leadership role for a firm in Atlanta, managing HR operations, payroll, and technology. With part of his commitment to the county, Chairman John strives to manage growth in a sustainable manner and to continue to establish Forsyth County as a great place to not only live, work, and play, but also to raise a family. Other topics that are important to Commissioner John: growing Forsyth County's commercial base and reinforcing road and infrastructure needs as well. Chairman John and his wife have lived in Forsyth County now for over 22 years. They have 2 grown children who attended Forsyth County schools and colleges here in Georgia. Please join me in welcoming Board of Commissioners Chairman Alfred John for the 2025 State of Forsyth County Address.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we highlight our community, our future, and the investments that are being made today for a better tomorrow. I would like to give a special thank you to the Forsyth County Chamber of Commerce for hosting us today, and especially the Linear Tech Conference Center. This facility has served as the site for this event for many, many years, seeing numerous changes, but also being part of shaping several community-based discussions. And I don't want to forget our title sponsor, Beaver Toyota. Not only do they have a very successful dealership, which you saw here today, but their mission and values tie into tremendous partnerships and contributions to various nonprofits and causes. So to the folks at Beaver Toyota, thank you for your partnership and commitment to our community. I would like to recognize my fellow commissioners who are in attendance. Representing District 1 in her 3rd year in office, Commissioner Carrie Hill. Representing our longest serving commissioner in his 15th year in office, representing District 3, Commissioner Todd Levent. Our newest commissioner with just 3 months under her belt, Commissioner Mindy Moore. Finally, from District 5, starting her 3rd term in office, Commissioner Laura Simonson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very tough role that they have chosen to endeavor, and it comes with a few accolades, but many barbs. So please applaud them for their service to our community. Our county manager and other senior staff members have joined us as well, along with many other county employees who have contributed to making this event possible and successful. The common misconception in the public eye is that the commissioners run the county. I'll propose to you that the county staff and management are the ones who run the county 24/7, 365. We also have a number of elected officials with us today. If you wouldn't mind, please rise and be recognized if you're elected office. Thank you. And finally, we also have a few members who are in appointed boards. So if you're an appointed board member, would you please rise? Thank you. Thank you for all joining us and for all you do. So how about that incredible quartet, the Dolce Vita Quartet, who performed for us today? They are from the William Pooh Music Academy in Alpharetta. So let's just give them a warm welcome and round of applause. Thank you. That quartet that you heard before consists of 4 students: Ellie Kim, Elsie Santoso, Fisher Yu, and Joshua Park. And they've come together to become one of Metro Atlanta's highest decorated student music groups. Dr. Pooh's Academy draws from the best students in Forsyth County and elsewhere, but then he takes them and then elevates them beyond their potential. Recently, they participated in the 2025 Georgia Music Educators Association All-State Orchestra and Band. And these high schoolers have become the best at their craft. And they have to do that when they have to balance homework, friends, family, and just living the life of being a teenager. How? How do you balance all of that? Well, they choose to make a commitment and they invest to become the best versions of themselves. If you would look at the screen.
Elsie Santoso. I've been playing violin for 5 years.
And how often do you practice?
Like every day.
How many hours a day do you think?
I try to practice as much as I can. I think on average around like 2 hours.
Wow, every day?
My name is Caleb Marnie. I play the cello and I've been playing for almost 5 years now.
Why did you become a musician?
Well, before I started playing cello, I actually started playing piano, and it was because I saw my sisters playing it and I also really wanted to play it.
What sacrifices do you have to make to be the best?
I think time and a lot of the performance opportunities and like opportunities to be in orchestras. I think transportation, that takes up a lot of time.
Is it hard to make those sacrifices?
I think, yeah, sometimes, because my school is kind of competitive, and like now that I'm in high school, the workload's a little bit more. So having to balance schoolwork and violin can be challenging sometimes.
It can be hard to make sacrifices because I want to be able to spend more time than I'm given, but at the end of the day, I'm doing something that I really enjoy, so it's all worthwhile.
I think being able to perform and just like seeing the audience like clap and then being able to like connect with other people, like being involved in orchestras, made it worth it.
Do you have a career dream moment that you're working towards?
Carnegie.
Yeah.
I really want to play in Carnegie Hall.
And how do you see yourself making that happen?
I think continuing to invest the time I've been investing and also getting instruction from other professionals.
How long have you been playing music personally?
Oh, for me, I think it's over 50 years now, since I was a little kid. My main career was violinist in both Houston Symphony and Atlanta Symphony. So as a player, my career lasted for 25 years until 2014. I decided to take on a different challenge. So I left the orchestra, Atlanta Symphony, start my own music academy.
What sacrifices did you have to make to reach that level as a performer?
Depends on how you look at it. You know, as a kid, because I started when I was 7 years old. So my sacrifice at that time is my playtime with my friends. And I remember that every time my classmates and the neighbor kids are playing, I had to practice.
Do you see similar sacrifices in your students now?
So I think the kids' focus are different. And they always surprise me that how much potential they have. Looks like they are all doing great at the school, but yet they playing very, very difficult music, which is require hundreds of hours of practice. And how they do that, I don't know. Our students actually succeed in national auditions, and it just brings a lot of joys to us. Not every student will become musician just because they're playing instruments right now. However, the effort they put into their music learning journey is definitely going to benefit to whatever they do in the future in their life. They learn how to be disciplined. They learn how to be perseverance, and patience, and work on attention to detail. And all these things are going to benefit them tremendously.
How about one more round of applause for this amazingly talented group of you? There's something there for each of us to draw from. Discipline, perseverance, patience, attention to detail. And these are the traits which these students will reap from the investments they are making into the Music Academy and into their craft. We all invest our time, energy, and money into something, right? We pour our time and effort into our careers, our businesses, our families, our hobbies. For some, it's our passions. For what? What's the purpose? The question is, are those sacrifices leading to a good return on the investments? I see before me a large group of very successful people. Each of you knows something about ROI. It's simply a measure to evaluate the efficiency and effectiveness of your investment. Will the investment we're making generate more profit than costs? In the county, we also evaluate the ROI on the investments we make, this while ensuring that each one is purposeful, strategic, and with residents in mind, and balancing competing interests and demands. Most importantly, when county leaders make decisions on how to utilize taxpayer funds, it is with the word investing in mind. But why is that important? In Forsyth County, our residents and taxpayers depend on us to be careful stewards of taxpayer dollars. Spending becomes investing when there is an expectation of a future return on that spend. A better commute on our roads is an investment. More park space and programs for our children, that's an investment. A faster response time by our fire department or the sheriff's office is an investment. Ensuring clean water every time you turn on a faucet is an investment. Unfortunately, these investments come at a great financial cost to the county. Today, we gave you a little quiz and asked you how much you thought the investments we make every day cost. So let's see what you had to say. Russell?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the chamber staff and I have been back here looking at those results. Thanks to everybody for taking that earlier today. Well, let's take a look and see what everybody thought about some of these questions. How much do you think a fire department ladder truck costs? A lot of different options here. The majority saying about $1 million, somewhere between $1 and $1.5 million. The actual cost for a fire department ladder truck in Forsyth County is $1.5 million. Definitely something to keep in mind when we talk about the responses of our fire department, how important that is to saving lives. Our next question, how much do you think a parks and recreation playground costs? About 45% saying over $400,000, about 31% saying somewhere around $100,000. The actual answer for that one, $400,000 to $500,000 for one playground at one of the county's nearly 30 parks. Our next question, how much do you believe it costs for a sheriff's deputy issued radio? And this is one that, Mr. Chairman, you and I talked about. A lot of folks might get wrong. A lot of different options here. $8,000, $5,000, $10,000. How much does a radio cost that a sheriff's deputy has? The answer, $8,000. That's how much it costs for one sheriff's deputy issued radio. And how about one more question? How much do you think it costs to fully outfit a sheriff's deputy vehicle? A lot of options here, and this is just to outfit the vehicle, not to actually purchase that vehicle. A lot of different guesses here, and a lot of folks are right. $68,800 to outfit one sheriff's deputy vehicle. Mr. Chairman, back to you.
I heard some grunts and groans. I heard a wow being said from the crowd. Now you know what we have to do. These are tough choices, but these investments come with a price, and it comes with value. Widening a two-lane road, just a two-lane road, and taking it to 4 lanes for the length of about 1 mile. The average investment in Forsyth County is $15 million. That's only 1 mile on a road people drive multiple times every day. Maybe to get the kids to school or get your kids to ball practice or just to get to work on time. Just as important is the need to get our first responders to a life or death emergency, and that is worth the cost of investment. People think it's as simple as just scraping the road, pour some asphalt or concrete, and we're done. There are engineers designing the project, buying land on both sides of the road. That costs money. And then the hard task of coordinating with anywhere from 12 to 16 utilities, both above ground and below ground, getting those companies to come and move their lines. And then, of course, that is not including the unpredictable weather we have in Georgia, which causes delays and then adds on to the cost. The investment in a park renovation, such as the Bennett Park upgrade, which is ongoing right now, $25 million. One rectangular turf field for football or lacrosse, $1 million. Our community has come to expect the best, and whether it is for parks, libraries, senior services, roads, public safety, whatever it may be, it is not cheap. And the county is making these decisions wisely. It also requires a commitment to being financially sound and strategic with limited resources. You have in front of you on your tables the 2024 Forsyth County Annual Report. And if you flip through it, it has a lot of data points that show how the investments made years ago are paying off now through the county's various offices and departments. Ultimately, none of that matters. None of it gets recognized as a positive ROI unless you, the residents, families, business professionals, and business leaders, feel the impact of these investments. You'll note I said feel. Let's look at how some of the investments we made in our community has had an impact on people.
In 2021, I decided I was going to do it. I had a general outline of the book and what I wanted it to be, had a vision in my head of what I wanted it to be, and was trying to figure out help because I'm not a writer by trade. I'm a speech therapist by trade, and that was where I worked in the county starting in 2005. So I knew I would need help. And I guess I had heard about the writers group just through looking for kids' activities at the library, I guess.
That group at that time met twice a month, and it was developed to support all the many budding writers like Laurel in our community.
I was not a writer and don't have an English degree. I don't, even though I wrote, lots of papers in my time. So I think I came that first week and I checked it out and just kind of sat in to figure out, okay, what is this about? What do people do in a writer's group? And then eventually brought my outline for the book to the writers group and got some really great critique, and it just kind of went from there, and it was just really helpful to kind of give me confidence to go for it.
Laurel was saying that she does not have an English degree and she's not a writer. That pretty much speaks to every participant practically who participates in the writers group. One of the things that Laurel didn't mention is she also used the library to meet with the illustrator of her book. She used our study rooms, which is a great resource if you don't want to meet at your home. You want a place that you're not going to have distractions. Those study rooms, our meeting rooms, are always available to our card holders.
I grew up in a small town, and I know what happens in that library, and it's amazing for what they can do. But to live here, we have so many opportunities, and I do feel really blessed that we have those opportunities, and my kids have grown up. The library is, definitely part of our everyday life. When they were younger, they're a little older now, so we do use the library in different ways now. But yeah, I'm so blessed to live here and to have the services we have here.
My name is John Botour. I own the X-Golf here in Halcyon and Alpharetta.
Taylor Holder. I am the manager of the Business License Division.
It's a real diverse county. A lot of good people here. It's just a nice area where families can come out. We're a family business. Forsyth County doesn't have bars. They have restaurants that sell alcohol. If you have to have a 50-50 split between alcohol and food, it just makes it real difficult in this environment where we're more focused on, we have a lot of customers that come in just to play golf and drink water, or, maybe they'll munch on something, or maybe they'll have a beer or something like that. But for the most part, the simulators are what are drawing the customers. Nobody's going to come over to X-Golf to eat my tenders. I'm sorry.
We strive for the businesses of Forsyth County to be successful. So we said, how can we help Mr. John in his business? How can we define him in a way that shows that his primary source of business is from his golf simulators and not the restaurant portion? We did a lot of research. We got counsel from legal. We talked with the commissioners, and we had to amend our ordinance to fit Mr. John's business and get that definition added so that we could change that ratio. And instead of having that 50% food sales requirement, he can now add in the sales from his golf simulators with his food so that he can continue on. There's businesses all around us like David Buster's, Andretti's, places like Mr. John's business where the primary source is not the restaurant. So we found that if we defined him in such a way as an indoor recreation establishment, then we can move past the requirement of that restaurant and help him keep his alcohol license.
It's really helped our business stay competitive with some of the other like Topgolf and offer a better full round of atmosphere.
We want the businesses of Forsyth County to be successful. We say all the time that Forsyth County is a good place to work, live, and play, and the businesses make up a huge factor of that. You have a place like X-Golf that families can come, all ages can come and enjoy this, and we want to keep something like that growing in Forsyth County. Commissioners are so proud of the businesses of Forsyth County, and they're very supportive. So anytime they see a need they know that the staff is going to put in the work to get the changes made that are necessary to help these businesses.
Forsyth County's been great. They've gone out of their way. A couple of the commissioners have been here. They've seen it. They've played. They enjoyed it. And they realize this is a family business.
We are steadily increasing in new business ventures, but also our established businesses are ever growing. We see all walks of life, all different types of businesses come through our doors. And it's really incredible because to some people, that certificate on the wall is just a piece of paper. But to others, it's the beginning of owning your own business and starting fresh. And yeah, it's scary, but you're in Forsyth County and we're going to be there to support you.
I have worked with this population since I was 18 years old, and this job is the best job I've ever had. It means everything to me to see the joy in their faces when they do something that they thought that they couldn't do or that was challenging, to be able to invest in them and see them grow and see their happiness. It's why I come to work every day. I am Jill Height, and I have been the therapeutic recreation supervisor for about 6 months.
My name is Tyler James Harris, and some of my favorite things that we do at Therapeutic Rec is Parents' Night Out, bowling. You sometimes get pizza. I've been doing events for Central Park since 2018. I go there with a lot of my friends.
I think therapeutic recreation creates an inclusive space for those individuals with disabilities to come together to enjoy the recreation, have the opportunity to spend time with friends. It builds their confidence. It teaches life lessons, life skills, just to provide the opportunity for those individuals who may not be able to get it in another area, I think is very important for the community. I think our county recognizes that everybody should have the opportunity to be able to experience recreation, to be able to experience those social events, regardless of their abilities. So I think that they're investing into this program just so that everybody would have the opportunity to feel the happiness and the joy of experiencing these programs just as everybody else would in the community. It's a huge component. Not only that for the participants, but for these families to receive a little bit of respite, especially with our Parents' Night Out. We do that for 3 hours. They drop the kids off. The kids have fun, pizza, popcorn, watch a movie. We do a lot of activities in the gym, but those parents have 3 solid hours to go and do what they want to do.
What would you say to somebody out there that's like, no, I don't know if I want to get into therapeutic recreation. I don't know if it's for me or not. What would you say to that person?
Oh, come on. It will be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I love it.
We do have a lot of fun. Well, I think Tyler is a rock star. I think you're an amazing individual. Just to see you grow and how you've grown socially and just with your friends and how you're not afraid to try different experiences and to see your happiness when you're here. It's amazing.
Thanks.
I love it.
Y'all did a wonderful job. You guys did great. Tyler, you're a man. You did awesome.
You did great, Tyler. You really did.
We're going to start calling you Mr. Hollywood. Is that okay?
I just like being called Tyler.
Hey, Beaver family, I think you found one of your volunteer opportunities. Laurel Hamby had a simple dream of publishing a book. You saw that first, and the county, through its investment in the Post Road Library, allowed her to find a home and a tribe to help her publish her first book. And a heartfelt thanks to John Vautour from X-Golf, and especially Tyler Harris at Therapeutic Recreation for sharing their personal stories. Our libraries are some of the most heavily used and utilized in the state of Georgia. The recently opened Denmark Library was a result of a $15 million investment, and it gives residents of all ages new, innovative programs that fit their lifestyles. Of course, you also heard about the Therapeutic Recreation Program, which the county invests in every year, and that is for a population with specific needs. The county also funds programs to rehabilitate inmates and others who have run afoul of the law, either through therapy or DUI court or drug court, crisis intervention teams, as well as services focused on protecting vulnerable children. And all of these social programs are administered through the courts or the sheriff's office. Those are just a few examples of many that the county evaluates very, very carefully on what the return will be of the dollar spent. Yes, they're needed to maintain America's best community. And yes, they're all carefully evaluated before being funded with taxpayer dollars. Now, where do those dollars we invest in the community come from? A large portion of the budget for the county government annual general fund comes from property taxes collected each year. Common misconception, however, is that all property taxes collected go to the county government's budget, and that is not the case. A quick review of the property tax statement of a resident will show the breakdown of the amount collected that goes to the county and also that which goes separately to the school system. For every $100 of property taxes collected, $32 goes to the county, with the remaining $68 going to the school system. So let's look at a slide. Here's a 2024 tax assessment on a home in Forsyth County that was appraised at around $600,000, which is about the median value of a home in Forsyth County. At the bottom of the statement, you will see a breakdown of taxing authorities. Almost $4,000 of the property taxes shown here come from the school system's millage rates, which you will see highlighted in blue. About $986, that's the section in green, it's about 20%, is attributed to the government's millage rates. So that's the Forsyth County government portion. Now, to be very fair, it costs a lot of money to educate our children. The school system is widely recognized as one of the best, if not the best, in the state of Georgia. And that only happens through careful investment in students and teachers and the various programs which have made our school system really great and drawn the best of the best to the county. Superintendent Young, who's here with us, and school board members, thank you for all you do, because I know that you don't get nearly the amount of funding that you should from equalization. Thank you. Now back to Forsyth County government. Our combined millage rate of 7.896 remains unchanged since 2021, when it actually dropped from 7.936. We actually dropped our millage rates. With a hard cap through homestead exemption, most of our homeowners would have seen no increases in the county government portion of their property taxes, even while their property values skyrocketed from 21 through 24. And that was a nationwide phenomenon. Inflation, anyone? Let's look at this same property's tax assessments over the past 4 years. You'll see very slight variations in the dollars for the county portion of the taxes, and these variations all lie with the bond. Again, the amount attributed to the county government's millage rate in 2024 was $986, with the county operations only getting $525. In 2023, $525. 2022, $525. 2021, $525. And 2020, $525. The county operations amount stayed the same year over year over year. In fact, Forsyth County's millage rate of 7.896 is the lowest in Metro Atlanta when compared to a millage rate of 8.46 in Cobb, 14.71 in Gwinnett, 8.87 in Fulton, and 8.3 in Cherokee. So how are we investing the county's portion? The 20% that you saw here of your tax dollars. The annual report in front of you gives you a breakdown of how the county allocates the budget and where the budget comes from. For 2025, we had an adopted budget of just over $215 million. By the way, I'll point out that that's actually less than the revenue of Beaver Toyota. Less than half of that $215 million is made up of funds from property taxes, along with a few other revenue buckets such as charges for services and licenses and permits. Our budget has gone up since the COVID years, but each and every person and business knows that inflation has greatly affected our ability to provide services. Someone asked last week if we would address why our budget has gone up about 20% in the last 4 years. Each and every one of you in this room has felt the pinch and the pain of inflationary pressure, and our county has been no different. Of the budget, about 33% of that went to the sheriff's office, the largest single entity for our budget, and worth the investment for our community safety. Many of you have heard me openly advocate for public safety and strong public safety, and the bad actors stay out of our county because they know that the sheriff's office is tough. Kudos to our deputies, our firefighters, 911 operators, and ambulance personnel who day in and day out work exceptionally well in the service of our county. Parks and Recreation accounted for roughly 7% of the budget at around $15 million. That's what it takes to operate and maintain 29 parks, 29 park and rec facilities in our county, and then 13 miles of greenway. Our library system accounted for just under 5%, and about 4% went to public facilities. Surprisingly to many, that $250 million can be allocated rather quickly. About $78 million goes to public safety, which includes sheriff's office, fire department, and emergency management. You can see how that slide goes down. $44 million goes to the general government category, which includes numerous departments and offices such as public facilities, tax commissioner's office, tax assessor's office, the voter office, and others. Then $26 million is invested in our parks and library systems. $21 million is allocated for judicial services and courts. $15 million goes to housing and development departments such as planning and development, building and licensing, economic development, and capital projects. And then $10 million is for health and welfare, which includes our senior services and public transportation, which leaves just $21 million for all of the financing, which includes $7 million in contingency funds. You can see how it depleted very quickly. As you can see, we have to make hard decisions on what can and cannot be funded each year, which investments give our community the best return, and which areas need to be trimmed to provide the best services. Thanks to the voters investing in the continuation of the 1% plus this past year, a number of projects will have a key funding source. These will include the renovation to Sharon Springs Park, which, by the way, came about with input from dozens of residents. The long-awaited widening of McGinnis Ferry Road with our partners at Johns Creek. A new training center for our fire department. Chief Head, I know you've been dreaming about this day. It's coming. And several others as well. And over a third of those funds will be from non-county residents. Now, not only is Forsyth County one of America's best counties to call home for families, but for international headquarters and industry trailblazers. For years, I've heard people tell me that they would like to see more entertainment options, more dining options, and things to do in our community. So we've heard you, and we are in partnership with the Chamber, working very hard to deliver on that request. The buzz for the last few months has been about the gathering at South Forsyth. If you haven't heard about it, come out into the open. That development, if it happens, includes a 20,000 plus seat arena that could one day be home to a professional hockey franchise. If landed, the county would also become a very attractive site for companies which are looking for live, work, play areas for their employees. Trader Joe's is already here. I know people have been clamoring for it. Whole Foods is on its way, Frankie's Fun Park, and many other unique shopping, dining, and entertainment venues are also here in our community. They join many of the world's most successful and promising organizations that already call Forsyth County home. What makes Forsyth County such a fertile ground for commercial growth? Now, there's a vast array of reasons, but I think it is primarily because of the workforce that is right here in our backyards. Our residents are highly educated. They want to work, and they're choosing to work close to home, making our community the right one for industry leaders to invest in. Now, heavy industry leaders such as Siemens have called Forsyth County home for decades. Now, one new arrival in the county is Camstrup. Are the Camstrup folks here? Show of hands. Okay. don't see them. They have taken over 100,000 square feet of space to accommodate everything from front office to distribution in the water meter industry. A special welcome to them who have made Forsyth County their home for business, as well as for their families. Now, these types of light industry have been the target of the county and our partners at the Chamber of Commerce, and it signals to the world's top organizations that Forsyth County is open for business. Now, pivoting back to local government, there are some exciting changes ahead in the county's facilities plan that have been in the planning stages for nearly 20 years. Forsyth County operations will have a new home in just about a year. The county administration building is over 30 years old and unable to accommodate the needs of the county staff. We've outgrown it. When the building opened, the population was just over 60,000, and today our population is 5 times that amount. Today, we are closing in on a new administration campus that stands as an investment in our hardworking staff, and a place where our community can turn to for services as well, whether it's renovation permits or paying a water bill. Rumors to the contrary, there will be no rooftop bar and grill. There's no Olympic-sized pool and no dolphin aquariums, none of that. So when you come, when the building opens, please come and see what a smart office building for county staff will look like. This will also open the current admin building, which will be turned into the new headquarters for our sheriff's office, which they have desperately needed for almost a decade. In time, we are hopeful that many of the court and law enforcement affiliated services such as child advocacy, rape response, victim services, and others will have a presence in the old courthouse. Sheriff, I think our vision of having a one-stop resource center will soon become reality. It'll be great for all of these services to be well managed, well coordinated, and perfectly located within close proximity to each other, almost like a resource center for those in need. What other investment opportunities await on the horizon in Forsyth County? Here's what our Board of Commissioners had to say.
Roadways are probably our top priority. Anytime we get together and we start talking about what our priorities are, roadways.
So probably roads is our biggest challenge right now.
Transportation, it is a major thing. Getting ahead of it is a major, challenge.
The fact that people spend way too much time trying to get from point A to point B is an area of contention with a lot of people. And so if we can fund better, improved, wider roadways, and then a lot of times that's going to be in conjunction and unison with GDOT.
So in order to get the state to step up on some of these projects, they want to have a partner. They usually look for about 20% or so for partnership in these projects to jumpstart them in those areas. It's hard for us to come up with that money unless we have a source to build them faster. Now, we can do it at a steady pace we have been doing, but our public seems to want them a lot faster, and I don't blame them. I can see the traffic as much as they can. T-Splosh. Yes, it's an extra penny sales tax. Yes, nobody wants more taxes. I get it. I don't want them either. But if you want to jumpstart these roads, it's that thing you have to talk about.
We see people come through Forsyth County on our roadways every single day. And so that's the only mechanism we have in place to be able to capture tax dollars from those people. Otherwise, it falls on you and I as homeowners.
And the studies that we have done and the chamber's done for us show that approximately 34% of all money collected on these things come from outside people visiting our county. With those extra funds coming in and being paid for by outsiders, it helps us collect that money, then go to the state and federal government for some matching dollars. And if we can get them to match our dollars and we get that 30 to 34% from outsiders, it makes it a lot easier to come up with billions of dollars to get our roads under control in about 10 to 15 years.
Other than transportation, which is always the key investment that I think that we need to make, I think it's not just making investments, but it is keeping an eye on the investments that we're already making. So making sure that we're, not to use a cliche, but right-sizing our solutions for the county, what the county's goals are. Because one of the things that I've noticed, especially I was on the finance committee for the first time last year. And I'm also on the finance committee this year. So one of the things that I saw and really became apparent to me is that you start putting solutions in place and they start kind of straying away from what you might have originally intended. And you have to really look at things and make sure that we're spending our money in the correct way and that it's still achieving the goals that we have as a community for why we're providing these particular services or things like that. So I think not just only looking for new investments, but also to make sure that we are constantly reevaluating our existing investments and making sure that we are investing well and correctly.
With the growth that we've experienced in the past, and we have really put an eye over the last several years towards trying to get a better balance of the type of growth that we're getting. We've, moved towards larger lots and a little less density and intensity, really trying to make sure that we've got things in place so that we grow the way people want to grow and that we leave, again, as I said, we leave that door open for commercial to have a safe landing place.
We really need to focus on our commercial digest and really building out more commercial.
That is what's going to help keep our property taxes from exploding. When you've got commercial sharing that burden with residents, it really does have a very big impact. And so, trying to make that transformation from a bedroom community into a, more fully formed and self-sufficient community that provides employment opportunities for folks who live here, that provides, recreation and, things to do. That it's a little tired expression now, but the whole live, work, play aspect, we've had live in droves. We're working on that play and that economic opportunity for people to bring their businesses here and to be employed here.
The commitments that they have made today have a ripple effect on the community. And it is the goal of the Board of Commissioners that 20 years from today, when residents look back on this place and look back on the investments we have made, that they will see a tremendous return. We cannot make that goal a reality, however, without all of you. We ask all of you to take great pride in your community, get involved in local policy decisions, and help guide the future of Forsyth County through your direct involvement. Like the string quartet we heard during lunch, each note they played in unison took a collaborative investment in rehearsal time, purchasing the right equipment, and sacrificing other things in life. The same holds true for our government. To succeed, we have to make similar investments of time, energy, and financial resources, and they have to be done in the right areas. And that is exactly what your government is doing, investing today for an even better community in Forsyth County. Before I go, I'd like to invite my fellow commissioners on stage. District 1 Commissioner Carrie Hill. District 3 Commissioner Todd Levin. District 4 Commissioner Mindy Moore. And District 5 Commissioner Laura Simonson. Please give them a hearty round of applause. Folks, this is a team. And together we look at things, the challenges that are before us, things like growth, infrastructure, and managing all of this together. And with help from our county staff, we are doing the best we can. So on behalf of my fellow commissioners and the Forsyth County staff, I thank you for your time today and the opportunity to serve you. I'm humbled to live and work each day in such a wonderful place, and I look forward to the challenges we will face together. Thank you all. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. And thank you again to Chairman John and to our sponsors. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.